Since some of you are, like me, fans of Kenichiro Takaki's work, like the Senran Kagura and Valkyrie Drive games, I figured it would be a good idea to forward this good news to you. Several days ago, Xseed announced that his most recent new game, Kandagawa Jet Girls, will be released in the West this summer, on the PlayStation 4 and also the PC via Steam. That's very good news indeed, though the exact release date isn't specified. Hopefully it's not going to be like Peach Beach Splash where summer turned into fall. Since this news is from Xseed, this seems to be a North America market announcement. So the PS4 version hasn't been announced in places like Europe, but presumably there should be no problem getting the PC version on Steam. There is a PS4 limited edition, but I'm not sure if they'll go the Senran Kagura route and just have the regular game be like this. Also, I guess we'll have to wait and see when and if Europe or other regions will get this game as well. And if they do, I bet they'll have different LEs, since that's been the case with the Senran Kagura games in the past. If you don't know what the game is about, I'll give you a rundown, though keep in mind I actually haven't played it yet, so I'm going by info I can find online. Kandagawa Jet Girls is a jet ski racing game. There's 2 people on each jet ski, both have their own roles. Jetters control the watercraft and shooters use water guns to try and hit the other opponents. So it combines motorboating and water sports, a very specific combination of things. High schoolers compete against each other in races, which slightly resemble Mario Kart, but instead of karts, you have jet skis and there's water guns. Kandagawa Jet Girls is actually part of a multimedia franchise. There was an anime that started last year and ended early 2020. I haven't watched it, but it does seem like the game will be considerably more tame as it sports a T rating from the ESRB. Meanwhile, the anime seems to get nipply at times. I find it interesting that Kenichiro Takaki's games often tend to have animes. Valkyrie Drive and of course Senran Kagura have their own as well. From the footage I've seen, the game looks a bit clunky, I guess. There doesn't seem to be much immediacy in the movements like I'd want to see in an arcade racer. The graphics look Senran Kagura-ish. What I like is that the art style is quite distinctive and the character models, including the shading, is actually really good. That's always a bonus when it comes to fan service games. I guess we wait and see how the game will play. Usually Takaki's games tend to be quite good even, given the budget constraints, but racing games tend to be difficult to get right. I'm honestly a little bit worried that the game isn't going to be that great, but anyway, nothing more I can say to that. Let's take a look at the limited edition, which seems to be a PS4 exclusive, and it's called the Racing Hearts Edition. It comes with a game, an art book, and a 2-disc soundtrack. All of that is housed in a collector box. It's a bit difficult trying to judge the scale of all the items in the picture, but going from form factor, I'm gonna guess it'll be like the Peach Beach Splash box. The box cover is a group shot of the paired characters. The game art is actually pretty cool. It's very dynamic and dramatic looking as the protagonists go airborne over the camera, I guess. There's something about having the main focal point be at an angle which somehow suggests motion. It reminds me of those Bauhaus posters from a composition standpoint, and also the Swiss skiing ones. There we go. I knew I took graphic design for a reason. The 64-page full-color art book seems to be soft cover since the front cover is bending in the picture. Speaking of cover, it simply has some blue water on it, which is very PBS-like. The soundtrack art totally goes into another direction with its Idol-inspired look. You know how in my unboxing videos I sometimes complain about the same illustrations being used on many of the items? Well, in this case, technically the CDs have the same illustration as the CD case, just focusing on different parts. So that's kind of clever recycling of images there. I'll let it slide, not that they need my approval. The game will come with Senran Kagura characters Riona and Ryobi. There's going to be DLC later on with more Senran Kagura characters, so that's cool. I'm planning to get the game, so expect there to be an unboxing, review, and probably a PS4 versus PC comparison in the future. There's actually more news coming up in regards to Western releases, but I want to keep each video focused, so stay tuned for that. If you have any more info, let me and the viewers know in the comments. The game is already out in Japan, which means that there are people out there who already have experience with the game. Like always, thank you to all the supporters. Check the descriptions for links to things. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.